Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon Margaret B, and today I have my April TBR for you. This is a very aggressive TBR. It is not one to be taken lightly, and I just right off the bat wanted to give a disclaimer. I feel like sometimes I see people who have these crazy TBRs and I'm like, how do you have a job and a life and read that much? And my disclaimer is that right now I am currently not working for the month of April, so I do have quite an ambitious TBR in my time off. So I'm very excited to get through all of these. Also, I posted a March wrap-up short, and in that I do go over all the books I read in March. So today I'm going to be showing you the books that I'm physically reading in April, although you will see vlogs for books that I read in March throughout April, so you might not necessarily see reviews for these or reading vlogs for these until May or June. So it's just how my planning worked out. But if you're new here, something that I have been obsessed with as of late is reading authors' backlists back to back. So you'll notice that these are kind of grouped within authors of what reading vlogs I'll be doing and if I'll be spending a week with a certain author or not. First set of books are Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. So this is the only Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen I have not read yet over the years. So I'll be reading You Are Not Alone. And then I will also be reading House of Glass and Gone Tonight by Sarah Pekkanen. So I will be doing a overall author review for Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. So after that, we will step into the world of Emma Cline. So Emma Cline, I don't have any history with yet. So I'm going to be reading The Girls, and I will also be reading The Guest, which these are also a little bit of like a quick read, shorter books as well. I did do a reading vlog for Blake Crouch, which definitely gave me the sci-fi bug again. So I will be doing an Andy Weir reading vlog. I will be reading The Martian, which I've had this on my TBR forever. So I'm excited to finally get through it and read it. And then I'll also be reading Project Hail Mary, which I'm so excited. I'm bummed I couldn't thrift a copy of it because this library copy has seen better days, but I'm very excited to read this. This has been very anticipated for me. And then I'll also read one that I feel like isn't talked as much about Andy Weir, which is Artemis, but this concept sounds really cool. Recently, I did authors backlist for Sarah Pierce, Stacey Billingham, Catherine Steadman. That made me really want to do another authors backlist in the thriller area, so I decided to do Sandy Jones. So I have read a couple of Sandy Jones already. So I'll be reading The First Mistake, The Blame Game, The Trade-Off, and The Half-Sister. I haven't heard much about any of these, to be honest, but I'm really excited to kind of get an overall comprehensive author review. Another author I've been wanting to try more in the literary fiction area is Chandler Baker. So she's written these 3 books, so I'll be reading The Whisper Network, The Husbands, and Cutting Teeth, which this one sounds weird, so I'm excited for this one. And then 2 books that have been on my TBR, possibly the longest that I'm finally going to get around to this month, is The Night Circus and The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. These have been around the block. I literally have had this since I lived at home with my parents years and years ago. So she's been around a long time. She's been to 5 or 6 different apartments. She's made her rounds and she's ready to be read by my eyeballs. And I hope that I like it because I've waited so long to read this. And I'm excited also to be reading The Starless Sea. It's funny because when I used to watch booktube growing up, like when it first started to become a thing, like Padfoot and Prongs, Ariel, Bissett, and Little Book Owl, like all those people, they were all reading Erin Morgenstern. So I remember I like wanted to read them so bad, but for some reason I just never did. And then these are a little surprising. So I do want to try to work in at least once a month one Stephen King book, because if you've watched my physical TBR tour, I have a lot of Stephen King to read. So I really want to read The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon this month, and I also really want to read Do McKee. I'm very excited for this one. The last book of the month that I'm hoping against all hope to get to and really dive into this world is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is also a book that's been on my TBR forever, and I'm personally really missing the show. It's going to be a long time before we get another season of House of Dragons. So I've just been like staring at this all the time and I really want to read it. So I'm hoping this is the month for it, but this is probably the only one where I'm not 100% certain if I'll get to it, but I really, really want to. So look out for hopefully a Game of Thrones reading vlog, but that wouldn't be until May. But I am excited, but I really want to like take my time with it, which is why I'm like, maybe April would be a good month to read it because I do have some extra time. But we will see. That was my April TBR. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any author backlists that you want to see rated and reviewed, let me know, but please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!